Did you keep any of your Band of Brothers paraphernalia? I know a lot of the guys kept the boots or the whole outfit, or they wandered off with a gun or two.
Or even better, Amy from Ireland also asked if you kept any props.
Well, there you go.
Not just like what you were given. Yeah.
Yeah, I took a tank home.
Yes!
I bet that was already camouflage in your pants.
Dude, it's outside now. I've just sprayed it black and put some big exhaust on it. It looks great. No one knows. Amazing. No, I did. I kind of, some things found their way into my car on the last day of shooting.
All right, well, let me let you off the hook. The statute of limitations is long gone.
Yeah, right?
So nobody's going to get in trouble here. What did you get?
All right, I took my boots, my helmet, and my jacket.
There you go.
I think everyone pretty much did. Though.
Yeah, I think the boots were big, especially once they got broke into your feet. They're pretty much worthless for anybody else.
You know, and it was funny. I do remember that. I think the costume department were trying to round up, our uniform, and then suddenly you'd be playing dumb, going, I don't know, I left it there. I haven't seen it. but meanwhile, you look like a tortoise because there's a helmet stuffed at the back of your jumper.
You're ringing bells in a church somewhere, going, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know where my helmet is.
Suddenly you're bow-legged.
I have no idea where my helmet is. This is just a mole.
Okay, let me ask you a different question then. Since Band of Brothers, have you been called upon to use the American accent that you portrayed so well as Popeye Wynn?
I have, yeah, many times actually. I seem to always play American with a gun.
Nice.
Yeah. And undesirable though, not a hero.
Well,
that's okay.
But that's all right. I whooped Snipes' ass one time.
Very nice. See, a lot of people prefer the villain. I'm just saying.
No, exactly.
No, exactly. You're exactly right. So, what are you going off to shoot tomorrow then? You're going to be on set. You're gone. We couldn't do this on a normal Wednesday. You're headed out to.
I'm off to the Andes. I'm off to Chile.
Nice.
I did this kind of quite famous climbing film thing called Touching the Void, and in 2004, it's a docu-feature, true-story disaster story about climbers, and I'm a climber myself, so in the same company production company I'm off to shoot another disaster climbing film thing in the Andes. There's a true story happened in 2004 about two young Scottish climbers that got stranded on a ledge in France, on a really difficult climb, and one of the lads died. So I'm off to shoot that. So it'll just be like pointing at things, going, "Okay, Nick, climb that, and we'll film you."
It's got to kind of be a very niche skill set, being a climber.
Yeah, definitely. I love it. I absolutely adore it. It's my therapy. It's my thing. And you can't beat it. Like I said, I missed the barbecue, the last one. I think I was in Yosemite climbing there, which I wanted to go to Yosemite since I was a kid and climb. And just to see El Capitan, it just took my breath away. And so yeah, it's a great sort of skill to have, I guess, and I get to go off to these amazing locations and do some climbing if you like.
See, I think that's ironic that you wanted to go to Yosemite and climb El Capitan, because ever since I was a kid, I wanted to go to Jellystone and hang out with Yogi and Boo Boo.
Yeah, me and Yogi are tight. I've known him since he was a cub, He said nice things about you, Nightmare, actually.
Oh well, he is always after my picnic basket. Do we have any other questions from the chat room we haven't got around to yet?
I do have one from Emma in Sweden. Emma would like to know, how did you all live during the shooting? Because we know prior, you were in boot camp, and I guess you had like barracks or something.
Yeah, you had tents and partial trailers or something.
Yeah, how did it work during the shooting?
When we were actually filming in London, well, I mean, if you lived within a certain radius, I don't know what it was, but we would just we'd commute, we'd be at home. We'd kind of travel to work from home.
You went home every night while these other guys were stuck in tents and trailers?
So who was living in a tent?
Apparently Neil McDonough and Michael Kudlitz and a handful of other guys said they was staying in tents.
Were they just hanging out in a tent?
Were they just
in between?
Well, they could have been. Maybe we completely misunderstood.
We had huge kind of marquees and tents when we were shooting that we'd all have to stay in. Yeah, but I mean, at night I wouldn't stay out in a tent.
No, of course not. You went home and went out with the chickie pies.
No, I think that ended because of doing the job.
All right. Well, let's talk about going out then. Were you part of this Jimmy Madio fight posse? Him and Neil going out and getting in the fisticuffs? That
was funny. I remember that. Yeah. I don't know how the argument or conversation from street level to a fourth floor window started. I'm not sure how it started, but I just remember the mass exodus out of the room in this club.
Now, did you go out drinking with these guys and party with them?
Of course, yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, give us some good bar stories. Give us some lowdown on what happened in between then and there. Well, because once Madio let it out of the bag that he was involved in a fist fight in England, I wanted to know who the players were that had his back, because he's like 3.5 feet tall, weighs 65 pounds, soaking wet. I can't imagine him being a Tasmanian devil.
Madio can fight. No one was worried for his safety at all. I mean, trust me. No one was worried. In fact, we just kind of were hoping more guys were going to surround him because it would be funny. Dude, he wasn't in danger. These guys were terrified of him. They were terrified of him. They suddenly thought, oh, we'll pick on this little guy, and then they thought, oh no, we need a big guy. Because trust me, Jimmy was tough, and that comes across, and these guys kind of realized it pretty soon after picking a fight with him. Everyone had his back. Listen, there was, trust me, nothing would have got out of hand. There was a lot of us there, and we were all tight, and everyone had each other's backs. There was absolutely no way anyone was going to get left in the lurch or get in any sort of trouble, because we were all together, and that's the way it was. There was no way that anyone was going to get hurt or get isolated or get lost. It was a unit basically, and that's what we were.